I love a good tater tot casserole. And there's not just one way to do a tater tot casserole. There are so many variations out there, so that's what I'm sharing with you today. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Over the years, we have tried so many different tater tot casseroles. One time we tried one that went terribly wrong, and it was all on me. So the one I'm referring to, if you've been around for a while, you may remember it. It was a Sloppy Joe tater tot casserole. And in the recipe's defense, if you follow the recipe, I'm sure it's great. But when it says 2 ounces of cream cheese, you only need to use 2 ounces of cream cheese, not an entire block. So I'm already at a gamble because Steven doesn't love cream cheese and things. And then I put the whole block in there. Y'all, it was not good. So I'm not gonna include that one in today's video, but I will link the recipe below. Use the actual recipe. But we're gonna go through several different tater tot casseroles that I know that you will enjoy.
For the recipe, you'll need 3 cups of shredded chicken, 16 ounces of sour cream, 1 can cream of chicken soup, 3 tablespoons of ranch powder or 1 pack of ranch powder, 3 ounces of bacon bits, 2 cups of shredded cheese, and a 2-pound bag of tater tots. You're gonna set your oven to 350 degrees, and you're gonna mix everything except for the tater tots in a bowl together. I am gonna link this recipe below, and in the recipe it tells you to mix the tater tots in with it, but my mom had the brilliant idea of just putting the tater tots on top of the casserole, and then at the end of the cooking time you put it on broil, and it gets it really crispy, and it's so good. So I'm just dumping all of this in a bowl and mixing it around. I start mixing it first and then remember, oh yeah, I need to put my cheese in here. So I throw the cheese in and I mix all of it together. Then you just grab a 9x13 baking dish and grease it. I'm just spraying Pam in there. And you're gonna spread this along the bottom. Super simple. After you spread this on the bottom, you're gonna open up your package of tater tots, dump them on top. I try and get them all in one layer, and that's it. It goes in the oven for 45 minutes. So at the end of the 45 minutes, you see I just set it over to broil. I let it stay in there for like 3 to 5 minutes, just making sure it didn't burn, but I wanted the tater tots to get super crispy. And y'all, this is so good. You could make some vegetables as a side dish or do a side salad. Tonight we were just keeping it simple and just eating this. My guys went back for seconds. I think my 13-year-old even went back for thirds. I'm not positive on that, but 13-year-old boys, whew, it's hard to keep them full. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. I hope you'll try it. It is really, really good. I think it would be great even for picky eaters. I would like to thank Thrive Market for sponsoring this portion of today's video. It is no secret we love Thrive Market in this house. I have gotten to try so many new great organic brands through Thrive Market without having to pay the expensive price at the grocery store or go on a hunt for those things at the grocery store. I just get to shop online, try all of the things at a discounted price, and really find new things that we're falling in love with. So if you are not familiar, Thrive Market is an online membership-based grocery store on a mission to make healthy living easy and affordable for everyone. So I mentioned I love shopping for the savings. There are guaranteed savings. And if you find a better price elsewhere, they will match it. I have some of my favorites that I always order from Thrive Market because I can get it cheaper there, and they are just ones that we go through all of the time. Pirate's Booty is one of my favorite snacks. I love their pasta sauces. I also love their coffees and their olive oil. There's a lot of pantry staples and things that I know that I love, but they have an amazing selection of other products as well. They have some personal care items, which today I tried a new bath soak for sore muscles, so I can't wait to give that a try. It smells pretty good. But they also have eco-friendly cleaning supplies, non-toxic beauty items, supplements, organic kid products, wine, meat, seafood, frozen veggies. They have a lot to choose from. Just go check it out. Another great feature of Thrive Market is if you have a specific diet or lifestyle that you are following, it is very easy to shop from them online with that lifestyle in mind because you can filter products based off of that particular lifestyle. I mentioned it is a membership-based grocery store, so you can choose to do month to month or you can do 1 year at a time.
We choose to do the annual membership. The annual membership comes out to just $5 a month, but you are billed annually for $59.95. If you're not ready to do the yearly membership and you just want to give it a try, you can definitely do month to month, and that's just $12 a month. The great thing is, yes, you pay $59.95 out the gate for a year, but you're going to make that up in savings, and if you don't, they will give you the difference back. So let's say for whatever reason you don't save the $60 over the year that you have your Thrive Market membership, they will credit you the difference. On this order, I just pulled it up, I saved $26.32. And what I do is I have the app. I like to go in and just add things as we run out of them, add them to my order, and then once my order hits that $49 threshold, I know that I'm gonna get free shipping. So if you are like us and you are trying to add more organic brands into your diet and just things that are just a better choice, a step above, then Thrive Market is exactly where you need to be. All you need to do is go to thrivemarket.com/mandyinthemaking. And when you join today, you're gonna save 30% on your first order. That's on top of your normal savings that you get by just being a Thrive Market member. Plus you're gonna get a free gift worth up to $60. Their free gifts are legit, they are good. So go check out thrivemarket.com/mandyinthemaking, become a member, and start saving on all of these goodies for your family. Tonight's meal is buffalo cheeseburger tater tot casserole. Gracie, are you gonna love it? She's like, I know it has cheese, so yes.
How easy can it be?
Well, you could buy already shredded cheese, but y'all know I have this really great cheese shredder. So I'm gonna shred my cheese, I'm gonna chop up some onions and mince some garlic, and that's it. Then we're headed over to the stove. The recipe calls for 3 cloves of garlic. I had 2 large cloves and a couple of small cloves. We need 2 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. So I'm gonna do this. It might help if I scoot that there. I'm gonna do this entire block. So I've got this large cast iron skillet heating up to about medium-high heat. You want to use either an oven-safe skillet, or you're just gonna have to cook everything in a skillet and then transfer it over to a baking dish. I do have the oven preheating to 375. Now that this is up to temperature, I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil to the bottom. We're gonna put in 1 pound of lean ground beef. I'm gonna add a little more olive oil to the skillet because I do want to add in my onions and my garlic. While this is cooking, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper. While our ground beef is still cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and measure out 3/4 a cup of our buffalo sauce. So I don't have to drain any grease because this was 93.7. So now I'm gonna add in some rotel, some diced tomatoes with green chilies. My grocery store subbed and gave me the kind with no salt added. That's why I added a little extra salt in the beginning. Let's add in our buffalo sauce, 3/4 a cup. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn this off because this is all gonna go in the oven for 30 minutes. It doesn't need to be on any longer. All right, do we arrange them all pretty? It's gonna get covered with cheese. I'm thinking I just throw them on here and just kind of even them out.
That's what I think.
Yeah. This is a 28-ounce bag of frozen tater tots. I'm just gonna try to get them as much in a single layer as possible. This is going in the oven at 375 for 30 minutes uncovered. And then after 30 minutes, we'll add the rest of the cheese on top and just let that melt.
More cheese?
More cheese.
Yum.
It's been 30 minutes. Let's add the remainder of the cheese on top, and we're gonna pop it back in the oven for another 5 to 10 minutes, just until the cheese is completely melted. And then it's gonna be time to eat.
has all the makings of a great meal.
Yeah, man. A crowd pleaser, I think.
Wow. It's a Steven pleaser for sure.
I'm so happy.
Man, that is really good. Really spicy. The buffalo sauce definitely comes through.
Yeah.
It's like a chili. It's like a chili, but just
With tater tots on top.
tater tots on top.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Cole is here. He's just not in here yet. He'll be here in just a second, so we'll get his input in just a minute. But I love this, but I will tell you it is pretty spicy. And for that reason, someone is only giving it one thumb up, one thumbs up. Here we go. I'm not even going there.
One thumbs up.
But he said it's really good. It's just a little too spicy for him. If you like spicy, you're going to love this. The older Cole gets, the less he likes spicy. Not like over the top spicy. This is like making my nose run spicy. It's good, y'all. Tonight we are making a tater tot casserole, but not just any tater tot casserole. This has been labeled as the best tater tot casserole. We're gonna be the judge of that. I've already prepped everything. Let's put it all together and get it in the oven. The recipe calls for green beans, which I have. I just had some of these French cut on hand. But I was reading in the comments that other people put lots of different vegetables, whatever they had on hand. So we had some frozen corn, so we're gonna throw some corn in there too. But otherwise, I'm pretty much following the recipe word for word. Name that movie. I'm supposed to tell you what he said word for word. Okay, let's preheat the oven to 375. And I'm gonna go ahead and grease my baking dish. You wanna tell him you've already had cheese? Huh? You already had some. Yes, you did. I've got this large skillet here. I am heating it to about medium high. And we're gonna add in a pound of ground beef and cook that all the way through. While that's cooking, I'm gonna season it with a little bit of the everything seasoning by Auntie Nono's. Now that our ground beef is almost cooked through, I'm gonna go ahead and add in our onion, garlic as well. And we're also gonna add in some of the Dove sauce. Let's just let this finish cooking, and then it will be time to put everything in the baking dish. I did have to drain my ground beef because it was 85-15. It wasn't the leanest, so I drained that. Now let's add it here in the bottom of our baking dish. Now I'm gonna top it with this can of cream of mushroom soup. Just gonna kind of spread that out as much as I can. Now we're gonna top that with our green beans. I did drain them first. And I'm also gonna top it with a little bit of corn. It's still pretty much frozen. It's been sitting out for a while, but to this layer, I'm gonna add some more of the Auntie Nono's. You could always just season it with salt and pepper if you wanted to. Now let's add on about 2 cups of cheddar cheese that I've already shredded. And Gracie is over here begging for more. And lastly, we're just gonna cover the top with tater tots. This is going in the oven at 375 for 35 to 40 minutes. My favorite way to roast veggies is to toss it in some olive oil, which I've already done, and then toss them in firecracker sea salt. So good. And I'm gonna air fry those for, I can't remember exactly how long it is. It'll be on 400, but I'll just press this little broccoli button and shake it halfway through. So the broccoli button is 300 for 10 minutes.
How about a tater tot, corn, green bean, and hamburger casserole? Is that what this is?
Yeah, it's called the best tater tot casserole. We will be the judge of that.
Okay, well, so far it looks good.
It does.
It's got all of the components of what we would consider to be a potential winner here. Wow. I don't know what's going on with this sauce, but whatever's in there that's like...
Okay, so there's some Dove sauce in there, in the ground beef.
Man.
But there's cream of mushroom
Cream
soup.
of mushroom. That's what I was thinking it was.
Yeah.
It's like a green bean casserole.
Ooh.
Tater tot.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's got the green beans. It's got the cream of mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
Lou, you're being very rude. Stop interrupting.
Oh man, that's really good. You don't really miss the onion stuff.
Well, I mean, It's got onions in the ground beef, but yeah, the French fried onions, I guess you're talking about. Yeah. Okay. Why? So, would you say this is the best tater tot casserole?
I mean, it's up there.
It's up there. Okay.
It's up there. It's definitely up there.
Okay.
I don't know. It's hard for me to say that because we've had so many versions of tater tot casserole. You know, it's kind of hard to. The other one that was memorable was the almost like a sloppy Joe tater tot casserole type thing.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm gonna give this one a shot. It's not the prettiest. It looks like a big ball of mess, quite honestly. But I don't know if I would say it's the best ever. But it is very, very good. I will agree. It's up there. It's up there.
Tonight's Subby supper is called Bacon Cheeseburger Tater Tot Casserole. I love every word in that title.
So here's everything we're gonna need. We only need 1.5 pounds of ground beef, so I will just freeze the other 1/2 pound of that. And that's everything else we need. So the first thing we need to do is get this ground beef into a skillet and brown it up. I'm preheating the oven to 400 degrees, and I've got this really large skillet. I've got 1.5 pounds of ground beef in here browning up, and I'm also going to go ahead and add in my diced onion.
While this continues to cook, I'm gonna add in some seasonings. I've got salt, pepper, and then this Montreal steak seasoning. I'm gonna do like 1/2 teaspoon of each of these.
Now that our ground beef is done, I'm gonna start adding in all of our cheeseburger-like stuff. So I've got some dill relish. I'm gonna add in a couple of tablespoons of that. A couple of tablespoons of yellow mustard. And I'm gonna spray it all over the place. That was great. That's what I do. There's 1 tablespoon. There's a second. 1/2 cup of ketchup. And lastly, about 1/2 cup of this cheese. Okay, baby, let's stir all that together. A 2-quart dish. This is not quite a 9 by 13. I'm gonna spray it. And we're just gonna go take this over there and put this in the dish. So the recipe only calls for about 1 cup of cheese. I had more like 2 cups of cheese. So if you have extra cheese, you can go ahead and put some on top now before you put on your tater tots, which is what I'm gonna do. I've got a 32-ounce bag of tater tots. I'm just going to pour these or put these on top. So I didn't need quite the whole bag in order to cover mine. So I'm gonna put this in the oven at 400 degrees for 25 minutes, and then we'll top it with some cheese and bacon. It's been 25 minutes. We're going to top it with the remainder of the cheese. Remember that bacon that I cooked up earlier? I'm going to crumble it over top as well. Steven. Okay, this is gonna go back in the oven just to let the cheese melt.
Thank you for cooking.
You're welcome.
Lord bless us with another great meal.
So what does that taste like?
Bacon cheeseburger, tater tot casserole. What it tastes like. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
That's exactly what it tastes like.
He really honestly had no idea what it was called. He wasn't here for the majority of the making. So he wasn't here when I recorded the title and all of that. So that's hilarious. It's bacon cheeseburger tater tot casserole, babe. Good job.
Throw some mayonnaise on that. Maybe even some pickles.
There are some pickles in it. There's dill relish in it. You like that, baby?
Yeah.
Gracie Lou, don't act like you haven't already had some cheese. This is definitely one that I'm going to put in our rotation. It's a really simple one and it's very hearty. I hope y'all enjoyed seeing all of these tater tot casseroles. Let me know below which one you plan to try first. And a big thank you again to Thrive Market for sponsoring today's video. If you join today, you're going to save 30% on your first order. Plus, you're going to get a free gift worth up to $60. Just go to thrivemarket.com/mandyinthemaking. Thanks, y'all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.